Hello everyone, I am Sarita Rawat, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, Suresh Kyandihar University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today we will study our next lecture of pharmacology. So today's our topic is immunopharmacology. Learning objective of today's lecture included the contents: introduction, immunostimulant, definition, function of immunostimulant, types of immunostimulants, classification, conclusion, and references. Now, learning outcome of today's lecture included: upon the completion of this lecture, you are able to know about the immune system and immunopharmacology. Now, talking about the introductory part, immune system immunity is the ability of an individual to fight against the disease causing organism or foreign antigen is called a immunity. So, immune system is the network of organs, cells, and proteins that protect the body from harmful and infectious agents such as bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. They are called as immune system. Now, immunopharmacology is the study of the effect of the drug modifying immune mechanism in the body. It includes not only inoculations but also autoimmune disorder, allergic reactions, and cancer. The significant development has a new approach to control the immunological mechanism by the drugs. So, for example, immunosuppressant. Now, the immune system, it is the ability of the living body or the process of resist various type of organisms or toxin that tends to damage the tissue and the organ. This is our immune system, as you can see, so which included WBC, white blood cells, lymphatic system, thymus, spleen, red bone marrow, and other blood components. Now, the cell that involved in immune system included lymphocytes, neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, monocytes, plasma cells, and Kupffer cells. Now, this is the what affect our immune system. So, when we talk about the what affect our immune system, why we need immunostimulant and immunosuppressant. So, the immune system is affected by bacteria, virus, fungi, toxin, pollution, and parasites. Now, the role of immune system is the aim of the immune system is to protect us from microorganisms that may harm to us. The first line of defense is the skin, which form a protective layer around us. And the second line of defense is the immune system, where the defenders include blood cells, which are able to synthesize the cell called macrophages and microcytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, as well as the blood and blood cells which synthesize. Now, talking about the type of immunity we have two types of immunity. The first one is active immunity and the second one is passive immunity. So, talking about the active immunity, the immunological resistance developed by the organism through the production of antibodies in the body. And it is the lifetime immunity, but it is slow and take time to show its fully effective response. Talking about the passive immunity, so the immunological resistance developed by an organism due to transfer of ready-made antibiotics, that is antibodies for a donor to a recipient. For example, transfer of antibodies from mother to fetus across placenta or by administration of entericia connecting immunoglobulin. So as you can see, this is the example of active immunity in this picture, and this is the example of passive immunity. In active immunity, you can see it is the natural and artificial by vaccination and natural by interference. And in passive immunity, natural is mother by mother and artificial is by monoclonal antibodies. Now, the definition come to the definition. So, immunostimulants are the substance that increase the ability of the immune system to fight against infections and disease. Many compounds like drugs, vitamins, immune system components can stimulate our immune system against different microorganisms. These drugs are useful in infections, immunodeficiency, and cancer. Now, what are the type of immunostimulants we have? So, based on the actions, there are three or are two types of immune system. The first one is specific immune stimulants. So the specific immunostimulants, they provide antigenic specificity in the immune response, such as vaccinations, for example vaccines. And the second one is non-specific immunostimulants. So these act irrespective of antigen specificity, so it acts against all antigens like immunoglobulins. Now, talking about their function, so function of immunostimulants included immunostimulants activate different elements of the immune system in humans and animals. They develop the non-specific immunotherapy and immunopreventions by stimulating the major factors of the immune system, which include the phagocytes, proparidine, and complement system. The protective security IgA antibodies, alpha and gamma interferon release the T and beta lymphocytes, synthesis of a specific antibodies and cytokines, and also the synthesis of pulmonary surfactant. So these are the several reasons for use the immunostimulants in the control of various infectious disease, such as antibiotic resistance of the bacteria and allergic reactions to the antibodies, immunosuppressive effect of antibodies, and poor effect of the antibiotic in the viral infection. Now, talking about the classification of immunostimulants, so we have vaccines which include poliomyelitis vaccine, rotavirus vaccines, adjuvants, immunoglobulins, miscellaneous agent used as stimulants. For example, levamisole, thalidomide, isoprenosine, immunosine. Now, talking about the vaccine, so vaccine is a biological preparations that improves immunity to a particular disease. So, vaccine contains certain agent which stimulate the immune system to recognize the foreign agent. For example, BCG vaccine for tuberculosis. Vaccine are suspensions of dead microorganisms which are inactivated or attenuated but live. And in general life, attenuated vaccines are antigenally more potent than the inactivated vaccines. Live vaccines achieve lifelong immunity with single dose, but multiple doses are required with polio vaccines. So, talking about the poliomyelitis vaccine, so it is administered as a orally, Sabian, and as parenterally Salk. The Salk vaccine developed by John Salk first polio vaccines, which includes only limited resistance to the growth of the virus in the intestine and thus does not affect the carrier site, that is excretion of the virus in feces. So the vaccine is given by the SC route or IM injections and 3 doses each of 0.5 ml at interval of 4 to 6 weeks between first and second dose and 12 months between second and third dose. Adverse effects include of poliomyelitis vaccine are mild and consistent of local pain at the site of injections and fever. Now the next vaccine we have is rotavirus vaccine. So it is a vaccine used to protect against rotavirus infections. These viruses are the leading cause of severe diarrhea among young children with the age of 3 years. And the available rotavirus vaccine is human bovine resurgent vaccines. It is a safe and effective. The oral vaccine is administered in 3 monthly dose from the age of 6 to 12 weeks to the age of 32 weeks. It may be with other vaccine also. The adverse effect of rotavirus vaccine included it may cause mild diarrhea or vomiting in some children. Now, as you can see, this is the table of vaccines, immunizing agent, route of administration, and adverse drug reaction. So, for BCG vaccine, the immunizing agent is live attenuated amboys. The route is ID intradermal, and it can cause the adverse reactions like fever, regional adenitis. Then the next vaccine is typhoid vaccine. Immunizing agent is whole cell bacteria. Route of administration is by IM route. Adverse reactions cause fever, local swelling. Then the next vaccine is cholera vaccine. Immunizing agent is inactivated bacteria. Route of administration is SC and IM route. Adverse reaction is fever and swelling. Then the next vaccine is diphtheria vaccine. Immunizing agent is inactivated toxins. The route of administration is IM route. Adverse reactions include the local reactions. Then the next vaccine we have is tetanus vaccine. Immunizing agent is inactivated toxins. Route of administrations is IM route. Adverse reactions include local reactions. Then the next vaccine is typhus vaccine. Immunizing agent is kill organism. Route of administration is SC and adverse reactions included allergic reactions. So these are some example of the vaccine and their route and adverse reactions and immunizing agent. Now, talking about the adjuvant, so an adjuvant is a substance that increase immune response to foreign antigen. Adjuvants may be added to a vaccine to modify the immune response by boosting it such as to give a higher amount of antibodies and a long-lasting protection. Adjuvants are also used in the production of antibodies for immunized animals. The most commonly used adjuvants include aluminum hydroxide and paraffin oil. Now, talking about the aluminum hydroxide, it is a white gelatinous precipitate in aqueous suspension. You can also see the chemical structure of aluminum hydroxide here. The mechanism of actions include the formation of a drop at the injection site and which enable the slow release of antigen and the stimulation of antibody producing plasma cells. The side effects include pain at the site of injection and fever. Now, talking about the immunoglobulins, so they are antibody molecule consist of two light and two heavy chains composed of different domains. So the structure of antibody FAB and FC is here, so which include the light chain and the heavy chain. Now the Fab fraction serve as the antigen binding site. The specific antigen binding properties of the IgG molecule are confirmed by the three-dimensional static arrangement inherent in the amino acid sequence of the variable region of the light and the heavy chain of the molecule. The protein of the IgG molecule is called the iotypic determinant, and the Fc fragment is relatively constant and determines the effects function of the antibody. The Fc domain is necessary for interactions with the complement cassette. Now, human normal immunoglobulin. So, roughly, plasma protein can be fractional into four important components by albumin and the alpha, beta, and gamma globulins. The Ig obtained from the pooled human adult blood is known as immune serum. More selective type of gamma globin against a particular infections obtained from the blood of individuals, and this is called as hyperimmune system or human specific Ig. The adverse reaction included it can cause pain at the site of injection, allergic reactions can occur, it may give rise to fever, flushing, shivering, joint pain, and nausea. The therapeutic use of human normal immunoglobulin included infective herpes gamma globin can suppress the clinical symptoms, and the dose of HN1 recommended is 750 mg. Now, diphtheria. So, diphtheria is hyperimmune specific serum can be used both prophylactically and therapeutically. Then the next is monoclonal antibodies. So, they are the antibodies produced by the single clone of beta cells, which are now being used for the diagnostic purpose and therapeutic purpose. Mechanism of action included they block the characteristics of targeted antigens, its functions, its cells, surface and tissue distributions to produce immune conjugates. Adverse effects included hypersensitivity reactions, activations of inflammatory cells. Therapeutic use of MAB include use of immunosuppressant and autoimmune disease. Now, miscellaneous agent. So, miscellaneous agent we have levamisole. So, levamisole is available as argamisole or vermisole, first synthesized to treat parasite worm infections, used as immunomodulating agent in cancer. It is given orally, which is rapidly absorbed and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, metabolized in liver and excreted through the urine. It restores depressed beta and T cell function. Now, talking about its mechanism of action, so it acts by modulating cell-mediated immunity. The ganglia in worms are stimulated, causing paralysis and explosions of live worm by the activations of macrophages. Dose included, it is administered in a dose of 50 mg 3 times a day for 4 to 6 weeks. Adverse effects included nausea, muscle pain, skin rashes, and drowsiness. Now, the next drug is isopyrnosine. So, it is also available as isosane, useful as immunostimulant in immunodeficient patient. It is an antiviral agent and it acts as an immunostimulant, an analog of thymus hormone. It is most commonly used to treat the rare measles and Campylobacter substitute sclerosing penicillitis. So this is the picture of inosine. Now, talking about its mechanism of action, so isoprinosine is a synthetic purine derivative which immunomodulate relief and antiviral properties. The action of isopyrnosine can be summarized as follows. It normalizes the cell-mediated immunity by stimulating the differentiation of T lymphocytes into T helper cells and increasing the production. It increases the humoral immune response by stimulating the differentiations of B lymphocytes into plasma cells and by enhancing antibody production. It inhibits the viral growth by suppressing viral RNA synthesis while potently depressed lymphatic actions. Now, talking about the dose, so patient with the cancer can take 2000 mg to 3000 mg of isoprinosine daily for 2 months. Adverse effects included nausea, headache, vomiting, abdominal pain, dizziness, and diarrhea. Now, these are the example of immunostimulants and their specific functions. So, when we talk about the immunostimulants type and function, so first we have Bacillus calmette guerin, so which is BCG vaccine. And it is a type of bacterial product and its function is enhancement of B and T cell mediated response leading to phagocytosis and resistance of infection. Then when we talk about the next vaccine, thalidomide, so it is a drug and it has a function of therapeutic effect in rheumatoid arthritis and angiogenesis. Then when we talk about the recommended cytokines, so it is a cytokines and adjuvant. It give a action of generation of interferon and interleukins to stimulate effective immune response. Then talking about the tracylose, it is a carbohydrate. Its function is production of antibody, stimulations of specific immunity against different bacterial infections. Talking about other like bestiation, so it is a drug. Then another we have prebiotics. So it is a plant originated immunostimulants. Its effect is enhancement of initiate immune response. Now, components of immune system. So the component of immune system included antigens, a substance that when introduced into the body stimulate the production of any antibody. So an antigen is an organic compound, protein, polysaccharide or glycolipid. It has two parts, hepatin and carrier. So haptin and carrier are two parts of antigens. Antigens include toxin, bacteria, foreign blood cells, microorganisms, allergens, and viruses. So antibodies, so they are gamma globins or immunoglobins produced in the serum or exposure to the antigen. Chemically, they are glycoproteins containing two heavy chains and two light chains joined together by disfluidase bond. It has two parts, Fab and Fe. The entire body structure can be cleaved by the papain, a proteolytic enzyme. So as you can see, this is the antigen binding sites and this is the variable regions on heavy chain. This is the light chain and this is the variable region of light chain. And this is this fluidite bridge. So as you can see, this is the disulfide bridge and this is the constant region of light chain. This is the heavy chain and this is the constant region of heavy chain. Now, types of antibodies. So, there are 5 types of antibodies which include IgG, IgM, IgA, and IgE and IgD. So, characteristics of antibodies. So, type IgE molecular weight is 150,000, 1,50,000. Concentration in serum mg per ml is 1200 and special characteristics included can produce anaphylaxis reactions. Then the next type is IgM. Molecular weight is 9 lakh. Concentration in serum is 100 mg per ml. Special characteristics include seen in the vascular system and most effective as agglutinin. Then the next is IgA. Molecular weight is 1,60,000. Concentration in serum is 400 mg per ml. Special characteristics of IgA include found in serum, saliva, tears, and GI secretions. Next type is IgE. Molecular weight is 2 lakh. Concentration in serum is less than 0.01 mg per ml. Special characteristics include cause release of histamine from the mast cell. Then IgD. So it has molecular weight 1,85,000. Concentration in serum is not clear yet. Special characteristics is present on surface. Now, the immunopharmacology may include autoimmune disorder and allergies. When we talk about the autoimmune disorder, so it is occurred due to the immunity cannot distinguish body on cells and organism cells and by mistake kill the body on cells. Mechanism included in autoimmunity by activation of cell-reactive T and B lymphocytes that produce cell-mediated response directly against the self-antigen and it may lead to killing of the body on cells. For example, in rheumatoid arthritis, myasthenia gravis, ulcerative anemia, etc. The development of autoimmune disease depends on a combination of genetic and environmental factors like hormones, diet, toxins, drugs, and infections. Genetic predispositions accounts for only about one third of the risk of developing an autoimmune disease, while non-inherited environmental factors account for the remaining 70% risk. So the gene include 30%, environmental factor includes 70%, and autoimmune disease cause. So we can say in autoimmune disease, genetic pay 30% of role and environmental factor pay 70% of role. Now, allergy. So, the definition of allergy included allergy is one of the consequences of immunological response involving antigen antibody reactions, and in it mainly increased reactivity to the foreign material above normal, hence it is also called hypersensitivity reactions. Now, the type of allergy it is mainly of two types, humoral and cell mediated. Then we have also classified it in miscellaneous type. So in humoral type, it is a type 1 anaphylaxis reactions, type 2 cytotoxic, type 3 toxic complex reactions, and the second type is cell mediated allergy, and the third type is miscellaneous type that we are also call atopy. So, talking about the humoral allergy, in a humoral allergy, the reactions of antigen occur with the humoral antibodies. So, type 1 anaphylaxis are it follows immediately after the administration of the drug. For example, it occurs in the sensitized patient when given a penicillin injections because the liberation of histamine leading to unwanted result. Then next is gastrointestinal allergy. So they are also come under the immuno-immediate anaphylaxis type reactions. Talking about the type of anaphylaxis, it is include antihistamine, corticosteroid, and calcium, which is taken IV. Now the next we have type 2, which is cytotoxic type. It include in this type antigen is localized on the surface of target cell and the body present in the blood combines with antigen to cause the lysis of the target cell. For example, hemolytic anemia and thrombocytopenia. Now, immunomodulators. So, immunomodulators, these are the substances that modulate the intensity of the immune response by including maturations of potentially immune competent cells, expression of the etiopes on the cell membrane. Various immunomodulators are thymic hormones like thymopentine, Respirin, indomethacin, antihistamines. Now the type 3 is toxic complex reaction. So toxic complex reactions occur. This occur due to the presence of elevated levels of antigen antibody complexes that deposit on the basement membrane in tissue and vessels and produce anaphylactic activities that increasing vascular permeability and recurrent neutrophils to site of the complex deposition, and it may lead toxic reactions in skin rashes and arthritis. Now, next we have a cell-mediated allergy. So, in it, antigen reacts directly with the lymphoid cells. So it produces inflammatory response that cause cell damage, and it is also characterized by the influx of antigen into the cell, which activates macrophages, and these macrophages are responsible for the tissue damage. For example, bone marrow lesions and lupus erythematosus. Now the next and the last type is miscellaneous type, that we call atopy. So atopic allergy may arise out of a single contact or injections of common articles or food or drugs in daily routine life. For example, fever, asthma, eosinophil. Now, the therapy in immunopharmacology, which are immunosuppressant, immunomodulators, and immunoenhancers. So basically, the immunosuppressants are the agent which suppress the immunity of the body. Immunomodulators are the agent which enhance the immunity, and immunoenhancer which like increase the immune system. Now, the clinical applications are it is used in organ transplantations, treatment of autoimmune disorder, and treatment of hemolytic disease. Now, talking to the conclusion of the lecture, so from this seminar, we are concluded, or through this lecture, we have concluded that immunology is probably one of the most rapidly developing area of the medical biotechnology research, and it has a great promises with regard to the prevention, treatment of the wide range of disorders, and the inflammatory disease of the skin, gut, respiratory tract, joint, and central organ. It play a vital role. Immunomodulators are going to be a central part of 21st century medicine. So this is all about your immunology. Now we will see some questions regarding immunology that we have taken from this lecture, which we have already studied. So when you go through this lecture very deeply, you can get these answers very easily. So the question are, what is an example of an immunosuppressant, immunostimulant? What are indications for immunostimulants? Are immunostimulants good to take? How do immunostimulants work? What immunosuppressed means? What stimulants immunity means? Which drug is immunomodulator? Are immunomodulators safe to use? What is immunomodulatory agent? What is immunomodulatory effect? So when you go through the lecture, you will get all these answers very easily. Now, reference for today's lecture included mechanism involved in radioactive effect. So it is by J. Lukil, and then we have taken some from Principle of Pharmacology, first edition by Paras Medical Publisher, New Delhi. Then we have taken some reference from immunomodulatory and immunomodulatory and therapeutics property. If the Nigla sativa, L-Seed International Immunopharmacology. Then some are taken from the antiviral inhibitors, T lymphocyte activations, and autoimmune. And the another some are taken from immunopharmacology utilizing antibodies as ion channel modulators. So you can definitely check out these reference for further knowledge. So we will go through a quick review of this lecture, then so that you will get these answers very easily. So today we have start from the introductory part. So what is immunity? Immunity is basically the ability of an individual to fight against the disease that causing the organism or foreign antigen is called as immunity. And what is immune system? So the network of organs, cells and proteins that protect the body from harmful infectious agents such as bacteria, virus, fungi, they are called the immune system. So as you can see in this picture, this is the immune system picture. So which include white blood cells, lymphatic system, thymus, spleen, red bone marrow and other blood components. Now the cell involved in immune system are lymphocytes, neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, monocytes, plasma cells, Cooper cells. Then we have studied about the effect of our immune system. What affect our immune system? So basically virus, fungi, toxins, pollutions, parasites and bacteria affect the immune system and cause various diseases. So what is the role of immune system? The aim of the immune system is to protect us from microorganisms that may harm us. The first line of defense is in skin, which form a protective layer around us, and the second line of defense is the immune system, where the defender include blood cells which are able to synthesize cell called macrophages and monocytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, as well as the blood and blood cells which synthesize. So then we have talked about the type of immunity. So we have active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity is of two kinds, natural and artificial. So interferon are the example of natural, and for artificial vaccine is the example. And for passive immunity, natural example is from mother to baby by a fetus, and the artificial are monoclonal antibodies. Then we have talked about the definition of immunostimulant. So immunostimulant are the substance that increase the ability of the immune system to fight against infections and disease. And then we talk about the type of immunostimulants, so that they are specific immunostimulants and non-specific immunostimulants. Like specific immunostimulants, we have vaccines, and non-specific, we have immunoglobulins. Then we talk about their functions. So they protect us from the bacterial disease. They act as an antibiotic in allergic reactions, and also they are very helpful in some viral infections also. Then we have talked about the classification of immunostimulants. So we have classified them into vaccine, adjuvant, immunoglobulins, and miscellaneous agent. So then we have to talk about the vaccines, for example, BCG vaccines, poliomyelitis vaccine, rotavirus vaccines. Then these are the table view of all the vaccines, which included BCG, typhoid, cholera, diphtheria, tetanus, typhus vaccine. And then we talk about the adjuvants. So they included ammonium hydroxide. Then we talk about the immunomodulators. And then we have talked about human normal immunoglobulin. And then we have talked about the miscellaneous agent. And then the component of immune system, that are antigens, antibodies. Type of antibodies we have 5 types of antibodies: IgE, IgG, IgM, IgA, IgE, and IgD. Then the characteristics of antibodies we have already studied. Immunopharmacology include autoimmune disorder and allergy. And then we have talked about the autoimmune disorder like rheumatoid arthritis, myasthenia gravis, and ulcerative anemia. Then we have talked about the allergy. Types of allergy, we have two types of allergy and the third type is miscellaneous. So the first type is humoral and the cell mediated and the miscellaneous. Then we have talked about the clinical applications of the immunopharmacology. So it is used in the organ transplantation, treatment of autoimmune disorder and treatment of hemolytic disease. Then we come to the conclusions. And these are now, I hope you get all your answer by this revision. So this is all about today's lecture. You can definitely check out these references for further knowledge and to enhance your knowledge. Thank you for kindly listening to me. Thank you.